second place. Arizona State having a great year, finishing apparently third. USC, Arizona, Washington State. I think those 6 teams have a great chance to go to the NCAA playoffs, and an outside possibility would be Oregon State. Their Pac-10 record not very good, but they still have a winning season.
They do, and like we said earlier, there's a lot more teams that are going to the NCAAs. Like, there's a total of 48 teams, so that's going to add a lot more teams, possibly from the Pac-10, from the WCC, maybe a team or 2 from the SEC, and then you always have the Big Ten. So we'll be seeing a lot more play. There's an entirely new playoff round that's going to be added to the NCAA playoff.
All right, back to the action. Chris Marlowe, Lindsey Hahn, 12-4 UCLA. Kim Kroll has been a dominating performer so far. UCLA got out and has run away with this first game. Good blocking, good serving. And Stanford not looking good. Service error into the net. As the Cardinal trying to rebound here, the error. Stanford going to make another substitution here now. Heidi Ike will come in, number 18. Ike is number 18. She'll block for Piper Hahn for one play. There's Ike. They were teammates at Miracosta High School in Manhattan Beach. She'll try to fire her team up. Perfect passing by UCLA. And good block by Romatka.
Romatka does a very good job of seeing where the hitters are going, even if it's a middle hitter. She blocks on the outside. She waits for a long time. She and Wicks get up strong. They penetrate and block the ball over to where there are no Bruins.
Stanford has 5, 13-5. Buckner, nice dig. Stanford's get another point here as it's pushed back over. Back to Buckner. Block. Randick chases it down. Free ball, Stanford. To go to 6. Left side. Score! Romatka has helped.
She sure has, and Heidi Ike has helped as well. She came in and had a pivotal block right there. Carrie Wendell does a fine job of coming in and setting. She can set the quick. She can set a very fast offense to the outside.
And Wendell is an excellent server. Here comes Buckner quick, and a little dump shot by Julie Bremner. Bremner very, very good at that, disrupting momentum. So UCLA has the ball, and a 7-point lead, 13-6. Kim Kroll serving. Little dink shot. So apparently Piper Hahn is going to stay out, and Carrie Wendell is going to handle the setting chores. Triefenbach will come back in now. Going out is Denise Rodert. So there's Triefenbach.
This is the time that Stanford can really use a player like Heidi Ike. She blocks well. UCLA was planning on having Piper up there blocking the whole time so they can hit over her. But Heidi Ike adds just an extra element to Stanford's offense.
Very different Stanford lineup with Wendell, the setter, now at 6 feet in there. Ike is in at 5'11", so a much more physical Stanford team. Triefenbach rips it down the line.
Triefenbach having an excellent match last night against USC. She hits the ball so well down the line. She hits the ball angle well, too, but she's so explosive when she jumps it that she has a chance to hit the ball anywhere on the court she wants.
6'2" junior from Lakeville, Minnesota, Ann Wick serving. Bremner punches it left side off speed. Nice shot by Annette Buckner. Wow, Buckner just froze the Stanford defense.
Stanford's waiting for Buckner to hit the way that she usually does, and the perfect roll shot to the middle is what's going to get UCLA off to a quick start like they already have.
Wendell with the back set, and the put away. So Heidi Ike gets her first kill, and now Piper Hahn will come back in. So a brief glimpse of the Stanford offense of next year with Carrie Wendell. She will be the setter. But now Piper Hahn comes back in. Don Shaw really likes Piper Hahn. That she is underrated, she is feisty, she is fiery, and she is my setter. Spike out of bounds. And Stanford trying to gather some momentum.
I think one thing that makes Piper such a good player, and not because I'm her sister, but she has so much heart out there. She's the kind of player that you will see never letting a ball drop onto the court. She'll go for it. It doesn't matter if it's 10 feet into the crowd or, well, with the exception of that ball, or if it's right in the middle of the court. So she's a pivotal player not only offensively, but defensively as well.
Good quick set. Irene Renteria hammers it down. She will serve. 13-7 UCLA with a lead. Game 1. Triefenbach rips it. Marnie Triefenbach, you know, as a high school basketball player, she averaged 20 points and 9 rebounds at Belleville West. And there's some talk that she may play basketball for Tara Vanderveer. Not that Tara Vanderveer needs any more players. She has recruited everybody, everybody in the world. Nice dig. Piper Hahn had it. It went up into basketball support. Stanford women's basketball team having a fabulous year recruiting once again, as has Don Shaw's women's volleyball team. Amy Banikowski coming in. And Banikowski will serve. 7 serving 13. It's been all UCLA here in game 1. Pac-10 women's volleyball here on ESPN. Wendell rips it. So Stanford, after a slow start, playing a little better here.
Carrie Wendell doing what she does so well, hitting the ball back into those corners.
Nikki Otto, the server, a consensus first-team All-American at North Allegheny High School, part of a great recruiting class by Don Shaw. Johnson popped up. And the put away. Just as she did in the NCAA final last year, Wendell, tough on-point productions.
Well, Denise Roeder started the entire thing. Piper gave her a quick set. She snapped. She saw the hole in the block and went for it. Last night alone, she had 20 kills against USC. 22 digs.
13-8 now as Stanford trying to catch up. Could be another point coming. Wendell, quick set, put away.
Wendell does such a good job. She looks as if she's going to dump the ball. She's left-handed. They jump with her, and Wick goes for it. No block up.
Timeout taken. And we'll take a timeout. Action heating up from Maples Pavilion. It is now 13-9. Conference this year, it is the strongest conference in the country. Look at those teams. 7 ranked in the top 25. UCLA, Stanford, Arizona State, the Trojans of USC, Arizona, Washington State, and Oregon State. Stanford Cardinal faithful trying to run down the Bruins here in game 1. UCLA had a huge lead, but Stanford has come back. 13-5 has evaporated to 13-9, and the Cardinal behind the stomping fans here in Maples Pavilion. Starting to come on now. Stanford will serve. Nikki Otto, the freshman, who has played well so far. Back set, Jenny Johnson wide open. So they designed to play in the huddle, did Andy Banikowski, and it worked perfectly.
It sure did. And Jenny Johnson hits the ball down the line. And one thing that Jenny Johnson does so well is she hits the ball from the right extremely well. For being a right-handed player, she's very much unlike Carrie Wendell, who's left-handed and hits from the right side.
Catherine Juilliard is in, the freshman out of Los Angeles, just to slow the momentum just a bit. Johnson with the serve. Good pass. There comes Wendell. Did she get a touch? Let's see. Oh, they're going to give it to Stanford. It appeared to bounce off the net. Maybe got a little finger there. Did it hit somebody?
Wendell goes up strong. I would say that it went off Buckner's left hand.
That's what the official said. And Andy Banikowski said, wait a second. That's one of my players? 13-9, UCLA leading game 1. As the put away, Kim Kroll, number 8, rips it through.
And Denise Roeder having a tough time. She's kind of sneaking in. She knows that Kroll hits the ball hard down into the middle of the court, so she's sneaking in, and Kroll just went right past her and hit the ball deep.
Here's Kroll. Good short serve. And UCLA rejects it back. Point Bruins. Irene Renteria, who is quietly having an excellent season. The 4th leading blocker in the Pac-10 has taken the Bruins to game point. 14-9. Wendell, left. Dink. Banikowski is there. And the stuff by UCLA. So Amy Banikowski came a-sliding. And Irene Renteria went a-stuffing the week before Christmas. UCLA wins game 1, 15-9. One of the great players in the country. She's only a sophomore, but she has a very, very bright future. I talked to the USA national team coach, Terry Leskevich, and he thinks that she perhaps has a chance to be on the USA national team as early as 1996. That's how highly regarded Carrie Wendell is as a setter of the future. It's just that Piper Hahn keeping her out of the lineup right now, but she will be a great setter for the United States and the heir apparent to Lori Endicott. Very highly thought of is Wendell, and you can see why. She has all the intangibles. She's big, she hits, she's lefty. She's good. She is good. She's a great defender, too. What can you say? She hits well, she digs well, and to have that kind of a player as a setter, you're just
you're licking your chops. You can't wait to get someone like that out of college.
UCLA won game 1. Stanford leading here in game 2. UCLA, the #1 ranked team in the country. Stanford is number 6. A very important match for the Cardinal. They have to win their final 3 matches. They want to be one of the #1 seeds. There's going to be 4 seeds nationally. And that 4th seed is up for grabs. Of course, the big motivation for Stanford does not want to be stuck in the same bracket with UCLA as they have been year after year.
But it didn't seem to bother them last year.
Well,
Stanford lost their 2 matches in the Pac-10 play against UCLA last year and came right back and beat them in the NCAA playoffs, or in the championship match.
Yep. As Jenny Johnson, but just to clarify, they did not meet in the regional playoffs, so one team did not get knocked out. Stanford coming through the Midwest, which was very helpful to them as Jenny Johnson gets her 6th kill. Tracy Schreiber will serve. And coming around the horn, Murphy hits it out of bounds.
Very interesting for Murphy to make a mistake like that. She usually comes off the bench and does a very good job, and Piper feels very comfortable setting her.
So timeout seems to have worked. Momentum back to UCLA. It's 9-9, and we're going to have a substitution. Don Shaw calling it right at the right time. Wendy Ramatka coming in. Ramatka on the all Pac-10 freshman team. City titleist out of Palisades High School under Jarrett Elliott. And Shaw putting her in right now to stop the momentum. Back set. And Striefenbach. I think the key to this match is Striefenbach. If she puts the ball away, she's got to terminate. She can't hit zeros all night long if Stanford hopes to win. She's got to bop it.
Striefenbach and Wendell both need to come on strong right now. They both need to just start swinging away. They both can hit the ball well, and they can both hit through a block just as effectively as anybody on UCLA's team.
I agree. Piper Hahn, quick set, and UCLA is there again. So somehow UCLA knows that quick set is coming.
They've scattered this team well. Murphy goes up strong, but Kroll is just too strong in the middle right now. She's on fire.
Kroll is
keep blocking her.
Amy Banikowski will serve.
Wendy Ramaka hitting through the block so well. Not playing as smart as she was playing last night with the little tip shots and the sets to the corner, but going up and swinging away, which is, I think, what Don Shaw wants them to do right now.
Back set, Kroll rips it. Nice dig. That was Piper Hahn. Left side, dink, and score. Ramatka.
That's the smart play that she was playing with last night, the dink shot. That was working very well for her. There's no reason that she should stop doing that. UCLA's deep on defense. They think that Stanford's going to be hitting, and they should just go for the smart plays in the middle. Eileen
Murphy with the serve, and Kroll looks good. Kroll is bombing away. She has 8 kills. Really looks like she's got some lift. Jenny Johnson will put the ball in play. First, the substitution. Catherine Juilliard is in. First team all CIF at Marlboro High School, the Sunshine League most valuable player as a freshman. And Kroll again. So Kroll is cranking.
The 3rd hit within the 10-foot, or I'd say 5-foot
yeah,
line
she's
by
tapping him down. And Stanford having problems passing the ball. Once again, bad set. And Ramatka zings it out of bounds. Was it touched by anybody? No. So you're right, Lindsay. When Stanford gets the bad pass, they're in deep trouble. They're not getting the big put away on the left.
And it's not that Carrie Wendell or Piper Hahn are not quick enough to get to the ball, but it just kind of throws their entire offense off balance.
UCLA has the lead, 11-10. Now 12-10 as Stanford's passing is broken down here. Don Shaw up. Going to bring in number 8, Colleen Minnick. The freshman from Charles, Illinois. She went to St. Charles High School. Make that St. Charles, Illinois. Good outside hitter, good passer. Nice shot. Wicks got the kill.
Wicks always feisty. She's just a staple out there in the Stanford offense. And Piper and she connect very well. They've played together for the last 3 years, and they're very comfortable with each other.
10 serving 12. Good pass. Flip it to Buckner. And Buckner trying to hit over Piper Hahn. Hits it out of bounds. That's one of the troubles where you're tracking a little blocker. And timeout called by UCLA. UCLA won game 1. UCLA leading here by a point in game 2. Back at Maples Pavilion here in Palo Alto, California. UCLA, the #1 ranked Bruins, going up against the Stanford Cardinals. Stanford ranked #6 in the nation. Interesting action so far. The UCLA Bruins won game 1. Stanford winning game 2. And now, because of time constraints, we are going to move ahead to further action. Stanford and UCLA. Let's pick it up. Pac-10 women's volleyball. Chris Marlowe, Lindsey Hahn, UCLA and Stanford. Tied 1 game apiece. UCLA has drawn out 13-9. Stanford having trouble killing the ball. Jenny Johnson has been serving. The front line has been blocking for the Bruins. Kim Krull is taking over a bit in the middle. You don't see freshmen take over the matches very often, but #8 in yellow is really doing it.
She sure is. She's just very strong out there. She's having a good time. She's enjoying herself. She's hitting outstanding.
Buckner back set. Oh, and Krull crucifies another one. 16 kills for Krull. Wow, does she hit with velocity. And now she will serve. Took one look at the UCLA campus and said, I'm coming. She liked it right away. Left side, Triefenbach out of bounds. Now UCLA has point number 14 in game 3. Game point for the Bruins. Krull already has 2 aces. Left side, Triefenbach got it.
Carrie Wendell, not a bad idea to set Marnie Triefenbach. She's been hot all night. She hit the last ball out, but she just decided to go for that high hand and went for it. It was successful.
Nikki Otto is back in. Wicks, #6, will serve. Wendell dug it up. Triefenbach. Cole with the dig. Throw was not called. Set left to Triefenbach. Stanford coach Don Shaw, if he loses foul, is going to be all over the referee. And the put away. And Shaw is up screaming at our head referee. Thought it was a throw. Looked like it was a throw. He can't carry the ball. Sub coming in. Still yelling, still screaming. 14-9.
He fights for his girls, that's for sure.
Julie Bremner, 2nd game point. Triefenbach rips it. 17 kills for Triefenbach.
Although it's obvious they're going to go to Triefenbach, I'd keep setting her. Carrie Wendell with a great set selection there.
9 serving 14. Heidi Ike will serve. Mooney dug. Nicely done. Triefenbach. Score it.
That entire play started by Wendy Ramaka with the dig, the one-handed beach volleyball dig, and Triefenbach once again putting the ball away.
Interestingly, Heidi Ike staying in for Piper Hahn, so Don Shaw going with his big blocking lineup. Buckner off. Ramaka, she almost got faced. 10 kills for Buckner. And now Wendell will stay in and set. Got to be out of substitutions. That's got to be the story. Wendell hits it out, and that will do it. So a long game 3. Stanford runs out of substitution. Their setter on the bench. 2 games to 1. UCLA leads it now. So California, Stanford, and UCLA, and now because of time constraints, we now move ahead to further action. After winning the NCAA title last year, Don Shaw's young Cardinal team was ranked #1 preseason. Asked Don about that. He said, that was a joke. We were overrated, and we went out and proved it. He's hoping that his team is peaking right at the right time, and they look magnificent here in Game 4. UCLA leads the match 2 games to 1. Chris Marlowe, Lindsey Hahn with you. Stanford with the serve. It's 9-0. UCLA's gone into the tank here. Jenny Johnson is out of the game. Tanisha Larkin is in, and she's blocked.
UCLA not doing anything right now. Stanford doing everything right.
Piper Hahn, the shortest woman on the court, got the block, 10-0. Has UCLA ever been shut out in a game? Probably somewhere along the line, but I can't remember it. Stanford going to get another point here. It's 10-0. Triefenbach. Oh, and she's finally blocked. Kim Krull snuck out to the right side and blocked. That was a good move.
That was a good move. Andy Banikowski probably called that. Kim Krull, an extraordinary blocker.
Larkin with the serve. Trouble. Watch for Krull. Bremner. And indeed, UCLA going to get its first point. So the crowd moans and groans. They were hoping for a shutout.
Which isn't likely from UCLA.
Not likely. Tanisha Larkin will serve. Played for the Ichiban Juniors. Quick set, off the hands and down. And suddenly the middle is working. Eileen Murphy got the kill. Out of Florida, the Florida Player of the Year in 1992. She led Berkeley Prep to 4 straight state titles. So Murphy can play. On, back set, Wendell all alone, and she kills it.
Terry Wendell and Piper Hahn having a great exchange right there. Terry Wendell slides around behind and hits that ball so well off the right side.
Hahn will serve, 11-1 Stanford. Bremner rejected. Triefenbach saw it coming.
She did. She could tell that the pass was going to be over. It was right on the net, doing exactly what Kim Krull's been doing all night, just blocking the ball at the overpass.
Watch Bremner try to do it again, maybe. Nope, they'll set high left Buckner. Buckner snaps it straight down. Good shot. Buckner is playing with a sub-lux shoulder. She hurt her shoulder the other night. It popped in, popped out. And so she's been a little tentative to start off with, and you can imagine why. Blocked by UCLA. There's Bremner with the block. 12-2. Could UCLA start a run with a play like that? You never know. Bruins can get another point here. Triefenbach with the rip.
Triefenbach with a low set from Terry Wendell, but just goes up and rips it anyway. She had nothing to lose. Only been blocked once so far in this game.
23 kills for Triefenbach. Boy, that was a beautiful pass by Larkin. What a play by number 18, Tanisha Larkin. That ball was dropping onto the Maples floor for an ace. She's fast.
She is quick. She's not really known for her defensive skills, but she can pass pretty well. She comes in extremely fast. She just kind of J-strokes it, barely flicks her wrist up and pops the ball up.
Nicely done. 12-2, Stanford on the attack. Here comes Wendell, and she's blocked. Renteria was there. And you get the feeling that UCLA is building a little momentum here. Bruins trailed 10-0, 11-1, 12-2. All of a sudden, it's 12-3. Gate. And Wendell chops one on the line.
Terry Wendell does such a good job of seeing the blockers. She can hit down the line, she can hit inside the blockers, and if she sees a seam, she's going to go for that too.
Sub coming in, number 13, Catherine Juilliard. Juilliard will serve. Out of Marlboro High School in Los Angeles. 12-3, could be 13-3 right now. On, quick set, too low, and it's blocked. Got to get the ball up a little for Wicks. That's set way, way too low.
Stanford kind of pushing the passes close to the net.
6 blocks now for Irene Renteria, having a tremendous match. Wendell down the line, poked up. Buckner was there. Back set. Off speed, Krull is there. They go to Mooney. And Mooney zaps it. UCLA point.
Michelle Mooney can do it all. She plays good defense. She slides around behind. The ball gets up. And then Bremner's very confident in her.
12
ball inside.
12-4 now. Wendell. Heidi Ike comes in. Piper Hahn goes out. Ike to hit and block. Stanford trying to get another point. Wendell. She was the setter for the World University team that won a silver medal at World University Games. And off the hands goes Irene Renteria.
Renteria does a very good job of passing and then sliding out to her hitting position.
Here comes Tracy Schreiber. And Schreiber's in to serve. Renteria goes out. Game 4. UCLA leading the match 2-1. 12-4 is our score. Stanford up. Gink. And the hit was outside the antenna. And suddenly Stanford getting very, very tentative. You can feel UCLA starting to come here. It's now 12-5.
Heidi Ike having a tough time. The ball goes outside the antenna. And that counts for an out ball.
That set whips. Lights a fire. Now Colleen Minnick will serve. Minnick thinking about a career in law one day. Stanford should get a point here. They have a free ball. Ball off speed. Wendell left. Triefenbach. Not yet. They'll set Larkin. Shoot left. Triefenbach. Out of bounds. And UCLA gets the much-needed side out.
And a very unusual hit for Triefenbach. She likes that low, quick set. Was not able to deal with it as quickly as she usually does.
Michelle Mooney, sophomore from El Toro, in for Allison Randick. And off the block goes Wicks. This game started out 10-0 Stanford. UCLA has fought back, cut that lead to 12-5. Stanford serving. Now Eileen Murphy comes back in. The Tampa, Florida freshman. Teammate of Kelly Flanagan. That's the setter of the future for UCLA. Must have been a pretty good team. Larkin rejected. Murphy was there.
Murphy and Heidi Ike doing a fantastic job blocking against Larkin. Both of them communicating well. Heidi Ike's a very vocal player out there. She'll tell the hitter, the middle blocker, come on out and block with me.
Otto was good early. Now they have Murphy in there doing some jamming. Point number 14. Triefenbach got the jam, and they're up here at Maples Pavilion. Wicks will serve for the game to even it up at 2-2. They'll set Larkin. Here she comes. Blocked. Set Larkin. Here she comes. Rejected. So Stanford has indeed tied it up. 2-2. We're going to game 5. Yeah, game 5 coming up next. 2-2, Stanford and UCLA. We are going to game 5. Chris Marlowe back with Lindsey Hahn. Let's set up the scenario for you. A very, very important game 5 for Stanford. Stanford and UCLA both want to be one of the top 4 seeds. That way they don't play each other in the regionals. They would not play in the NCAA championships until the NCAA semifinals for Stanford. They have to win this game to have that chance. Which is exactly what happened to them last year. The same thing. They met at the Final Four, and Stanford ended up being victorious. But what can happen tonight? UCLA is a very good team, and Stanford, if they can beat them, is going to have a very good chance at winning back-to-back national championships. Previous 3 years, UCLA knocked Stanford out of the Western Regional. Stanford did not get to the NCAA finals. You look at the stats, very, very even. Kills almost even. Stanford has picked it up blocking-wise. Aces even. Service errors even. And this game 5 is going to be fast scoring. Lindsay, how will it affect the teams? It depends on whichever team makes fewer errors and whatever team's in better shape. If there's a long rally and if they happen to miss it because they're out of shape and they hit the ball in the net, the other team's going to get a point. Crowd will be in a frenzy. In 5-game matches this year, UCLA 5-1. Stanford 1-1. But Stanford did lose a 5-gamer earlier to UCLA. What does that mean? Probably nothing now. It was early. Head coach Andy Banikowski. He wants that #1 seed in the NCAA. That's where the Bruins operate best from. Don Shaw, knowing he has to win this game 5 to have a chance at that #4 seed. So here we go. It's point per play scoring. If you followed college volleyball or international volleyball, you know it. To 15. Every time the ball goes down, it's a point. Carrie Wendell will serve. Don't go away. This game takes about 10 minutes, actual time. Stanford with the serve. And Randick goes back in there now, hits it into the bottom of the net, 1-0.
Randick feeling the pressure, knowing that any little mistake's going to count for Stanford's side, and just being tentative and hitting the ball in the net.
Wendell and Stanford lead 1-0. Bremner, Randick, got it. So Allison Randick, after resting game 4, looking jacked up as the score is tied 1-1. Annette Buckner with the floater. Wendell. And the block. The block by the Bruins on the point. So interestingly, Don Shaw rotating his lineup around. He's got his backcourt specialist in there. We got Carrie Wendell doing the setting, at least from this rotation. And off the block, Heidi Ike. So Marnie Triefenbach now enters the front line. Ike got the kill, 2-2, game 5.
Heidi Ike doing a good job. It's pretty, coming off the bench, there's a lot of pressure on you to make a good play, and she sure did that.
Randick on the action. She whistles another one by. I think Randick sees the block pretty well. She kind of unfolds. The block goes up, starts to come down, and she puts it away.
Well, she gets so high over the net that it's almost impossible for her not to see the block.
Schreiber is in. Renteria goes out. Because it's point per play, you'll see a lot of quick subbing. You got to get your little people in there very fast. You don't want to wait till the end of the match or the end of the game. Nobody is there. Oh, what a play. Buckner got it up. Back set, tight. Dig by Bremner. Beautiful dig by Bremner. Stanford. They go to Triefenbach. She rivets it, and Buckner can't get there. A couple of fabulous digs. 24 kills for Marnie Triefenbach.
Marnie Triefenbach, so quick. The ball set inside. She sees the block well and hits high hands.
Ann Wicks will serve for Stanford way back. 3-3, game 5. Kroll, Doug. Stanford, another point coming. No! Kroll blocks Murphy.
Murphy not expecting the ball to come back on her side. Murphy gets up fast. She doesn't react well. She sees that the ball's coming back down, and she needs to get that ball up.
Amy Banikowski is in to serve. 4-3, UCLA by 1, game 5. Left side, Triefenbach. Schreiber knuckles it up. UCLA content to play it over. Great dig by Schreiber. Ike, yes. Looks like Wendell has a lot of confidence in Heidi Ike.
She sure does, and that's one thing that makes Wendell such a great player. She has confidence in everybody. She talks well when she's setting. She says middle, quick. Still, even though she doesn't set full time, she says quick every single time.
Piper Hahn is in. Kroll wraps it. And Kroll has not been stopped on that backslide very often, especially by one blocker.
Well, she slides so well. She takes off on that left foot. Swings angle, only one blocker. When you take off on one foot, that enables you to have a one-on-one block a lot of times.
5-4 UCLA, set it left. Wendell is dug. Quick set, Kroll, block. Little dig shot, nice play by Julie Bremner. Wow, she took a look. She'll take a look over. You watch her just take a peek here and sneak it over. Wow.
That's experience for you, to know when to do that.
That's a player of the year kind of a play. 6-4 UCLA. Triefenbach. Bremner sets it up. Buckner puts it through. UCLA now leading 7-4. Fans are restless.
In rally scoring, you don't want to let your opponent get a run on too many points.
Good pass. Set left. Wendell with the drive. Slap shot. Score, UCLA. Wow. Jenny Johnson, the dig of the year.
Jenny Johnson just pumped up after this stick. Gets down low, You can barely see it, but she pops it up with her left hand, and Buckner's right there for the tip.
Unbelievable play by UCLA. The team switched sides, no timeout. Bruins leading 8-4. A reminder, UCLA up 13-8 against Arizona. Their only loss. Arizona came back to win it. Stanford trying to hang on. Stanford needs a kill real bad. And they get it. Wow, what a weird shot that was.
Wendell just put some English on it, and the ball spun just inside the block. She slices it, starts with her pinky, the ball spins like a curveball.
Beautiful
Right
shot, little cut shot. 8-5 now. And out of the reach of Denise Roden. Buckner now with 13 kills, game 5. UCLA, the #1 team in the nation. Stanford, the defending NCAA champs. And the champs take time out. We're coming back. More volleyball on ESPN right after this. To a very, very fine volleyball coach. The NCAA title last year. Battling against, who many think, the greatest coach of all time, women's volleyball. In terms of the collegiate ranks. He's got the most wins. He's got the most titles. He must be doing something right. Andy Vanikowski. Kim Crow will serve. 9-5, UCLA with a lead. Left side, UCLA with a dig to go to 10. Buckner puts it away.
That's what Annette Buckner does so well, hitting inside the block, sharp angle. 9 times out of 10, she'll find that line.
Substitution coming. Romatka will come in. Minnick will go out. So Wendy Romatka trying to fire up her team. Sophomore from Pacific Palisades. A commanding 10-5 lead for the Bruins. Romatka off the bench. Dug up by Vanikowski. The sub, not the coach. Left side, Romatka. Ding. Buckner. No. Good shot, Romatka. Wicks comes in. Juilliard comes in. There's Romatka. She played very, very well in the loss at UCLA. Don Shaw counting on her right now.
And Stanford in a very good situation right now. They have Carrie Wendell in the front. They got Romatka and Wicks, and those 3 have been playing exceptionally well at the net.
And watch Stanford whip it over to Wendell if they can get some soft blocks here. 10-6. Or if you like, 6 serving 10. Stanford behind. Left side, Buckner, off speed. See if they go to Wendell. Nope, left side. Romatka crushes it. 7 kills for Romatka.
And a good sub by Don Shaw, putting the more experienced player in.
Now Juilliard serving. She's got 1 ace this year. Buckner, cross court into the net. Here comes Stanford, and UCLA calls timeout. Talked about the number of wins that Andy Vanikowski has racked up. He is the winningest women's coach in collegiate volleyball history. He is second all-time in collegiate volleyball, only to Al Skates, his buddy. And Andy Vanikowski may pass Al because the women playing a lot of matches. Vanikowski getting a lot of wins each year. Of course, Big Al, 31 years, 14 NCAA titles, 16 national championships, and a good bet to be #1 again this year. So Vanikowski talking to Bremner. What would he be telling her right now?
Just run a simple offense right now. You don't need any fancy stuff. Set Allison Randick, set Kim Kroll, set the people that have been hot tonight, and just do what you can as far as setting goes. Being crafty, maybe tipping the ball over on 1 or on 2.
What a great spot for volleyball. Maples Pavilion on the campus of Stanford here in Palo Alto. They are fired up. The big game is tomorrow against California in football, but the big match tonight, Stanford and UCLA. Game 5. Chris Marlowe, Lindsey Hahn with you. Hope you're enjoying it. Going to 15. Juilliard continues to serve. Stanford trying to come back from a 10-5 deficit. Buckner over the top, dug by Griefenbach, chasing, and they can't get there. Trying hard, Wendell and Hahn could not bring it back. Now Randick comes back into the front line, and Julie Bremner will serve. So good rotation for UCLA. 11-8, Bruins. Quick set. Doug. They'll set Buckner. And she puts it away.
For a tall girl and a girl that can hit so well, Allison Randick really can set the ball.
12-8, UCLA. Stanford needs a miracle run here. Left side, Romatka, blocked by Randick. Left side, Romatka. Cross court, sizzling. Back in is Heidi Ike. Romatka getting the kill. Andy Vanikowski, Kim Jade, the #1 assistant at UCLA. Blocking strategy. Buckner, yes. We talked about Annette Buckner, how hot she was as a hitter. She's really come on here. 6 kills in Game 5. 4 blocks she has in the match, Annette Buckner. It's 13-9 as Stanford calls timeout. Remaining schedule for both teams. Stanford has 1 match left against Santa Clara. UCLA, the Pacific Bankers Classic, that's not going to be easy against BYU. And if UCLA wins that, I believe they'll go up against Pacific in the final. If Pacific beats their opposition. Pacific has to play Notre Dame, we're told, so Pacific and Notre Dame. So UCLA will play Elaine Michaelis's BYU team, a team that's had a fabulous year, but nobody's quite sure how good BYU is because they play a pretty soft schedule.
They have, and UCLA and Stanford, both those teams have the 2 toughest schedules. So UCLA, they'll probably have the edge on BYU, but you never know. It's the end of the season. Some teams tend to peak, some teams tend to taper off, and it's anyone's bet who's going to be seeded 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Andy Vanikowski hoping that loss at Arizona jet propels his team into the NCAA playoffs, I should say. Meanwhile, Don Shaw, 2 points away from a very, very disappointing loss. Stanford can't rally here. Don Shaw may be fated to meet Andy Vanikowski and the Bruins somewhere in the Western Regional.
And this match is very similar to the match that Stanford and UCLA played earlier this week down at Palo Pavilion.
That one, UCLA came back in 1 and 5. Buckner has been brilliant in Game 5. 13-9, UCLA, 2 points away. Big hit, Romatka. 8 kills.
Dawn Shaw says that she comes off the bench and she's hot. Every single time when they start her, she doesn't do as well.
UCLA leading 13-10. Stanford's got to have one here. Randick was late. Stanford can score. Back set. Put away!
Lots of confidence Carrie Wendell has in Heidi Ike. She goes up strong and the ball lands between Jenny Johnson and the net.
UCLA led Arizona 13-10 and blew the lead. Could it happen again? Could Stanford come all the way back? Aboard with Lindsey Hahn. 13-11, UCLA leading Stanford, Game 5. John Shaw's team behind by 2. We're in point-for-play scoring. Perhaps the play of the match right here. Stanford, a must-score situation. Bremner, Randick, got it! Wow, Bremner set the middle, and Allison Randick put it away.
Allison Randick so confident right now.
Now, match point will be coming up. Tracy Schreiber will be in the serve. Nope, yes. Yes, no. Schreiber will serve for the match. 14-11. Stanford trying to hang in. Left side, Triefenbach. Blocked. Got to set her again, don't you? Back set, no. It's Ike, and she hammers it. Of course, that was match point, and it will still be match point now for UCLA. If UCLA puts it down, it's over. 14-12. We're playing to 15, win by 2, half of 17. Wick can't miss the serve or it's over. This could be it. UCLA crawls.
What an amazing play by Nikki Otto. As a freshman, she goes up strong. She sees Kim Kroll going up and she penetrates. A huge play, a pivotal play for Stanford.
Trying to tie it up here. Still match point for UCLA. Bruins trying to put it away. Kroll, not yet. Stanford can tie it right here. Triefenbach, down the line. Not yet. Driver with the save. Buckner. Stanford got another chance right here. You got to go to Triefenbach. She hits it. It's dug up. Poked over. Stanford deep. 14-13. Stanford keeps it in play. UCLA for the match right here. Randy. Stop! Blown a 10-5 lead, a 13-10 lead. It's 14-14. Have to win by 2 as Johnson kills it. Now UCLA will have another match point. The 4th one for the Bruins. Andy Vanikowski sends in his daughter to get the job done. Amy Vanikowski. Denise Rodert is in for passing and defense. Match point Bruins. Wendell, Triefenbach, blocks, Triefenbach. UCLA can win it right here. They go left side. Johnson, out of bounds. Was it touched? Out of bounds. Was it touched? It is over. Good call. There was definitely a touch. And what a finish.
UCLA knowing that they have to go up strong on this one. Jenny Johnson bangs away. Looks to be a touch. Even the ball is out of bounds, but there's a touch on the block, and the referee calls it instantly.
Take a look. Did Stanford touch it off the bat of Johnson?
Yes.
Yes.
Off Nikki Otto's right side hand.
So a 5-game thriller. Don Shaw and Andy Vanikowski, UCLA and Stanford. The Bruins win it 3-2. We'll be back with more. In 5 games, holds on to beat the Stanford Cardinal 3-2. UCLA 26-1, Stanford 20-6. Expect to see these two teams once again somewhere along the line in the NCAA Western Regional. For Lindsey Hahn, I'm Chris Marlowe. So long until next time. NCAA Women's Volleyball has been brought to you by Jack in the Box Restaurants. There's always something new. And by Sports Cream, fast pain relief and no odor.